Welcome, everyone. This is KBM, your host of This is Africa. Today is Saturday, 18 July 2020. We'll get started here in a few minutes. We'll go ahead and get on with an intro and then get into the questions. All right. Again, this is KBM, your host of This is Africa. We have a very special guest who's been on here once before. That's Justin Kayiranga. And today, again, is Saturday, 18 July 2020. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. So far in the chat, we have Amarakata and we have Sizzle's Diaries. Thank you for being here. We're going to get more people dropping in as we go on with this interview. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce and welcome Justin Kayiranga. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for your host, bro.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So the last time you were on here, well, I think it was over 2 months ago already. We're talking about the pandemic in Rwanda. That's
Yeah,
starting to come to an end, basically, as far as open borders in a lot of countries around the world. And we definitely want to get all the borders opened up in Africa, especially for tourism, because it's a big staple of income for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. It definitely adds to the GDP. So, Justin Kayiranga, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you.
yeah. Thank you, Keith. Uh, you know, People can find me just on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. I think it's the main way where you find me, and I have also Facebook. On YouTube, my channel is just my names. My name's you write Justin Kairanga, then you find my channel there. Another place, another platform where you can find me is On Instagram, I also use my names, Justin Kayiranga. Even on Facebook, wherever you go, you will find me there. Also, apart from being a YouTuber, uh, I'm a journalist. So I'm a journalist, and you can find me on topafricannews.com. Topafricannews.com. That's where you can find me once you need to read or about my stories that I used to do here in Rwanda. Another thing is that I'm a tour operator here in Rwanda also uh, with a tour company called Green Zest Travels. Green Zest Travels is a tour company that helps tourists who comes to Rwanda and in the rest of East African region just to travel, and uh, we can take you around in those countries, mainly in Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya. So once you feel like you need to come in East African region, just make sure to contact us. You can find all links related to where you can find me. All links are in the back in the description of this stream. Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, I have set up everybody all the links to his social media and his website. His website is under maintenance at this time. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay.
Our website is under maintenance right now, but we are hoping to get it back as soon as possible. We will get the website for Greens Travels, so it will be ready in few days.
Okay, great, great. That's great news. I want to shout out to the people in chat. We have Amara Kata, we have Sizzle's Diaries, and we just had come in The Wonders of Africa. Thank you for being here. And
I can see that, man. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for joining. I'm thankful for that. She's becoming your friend, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So The Wonders of Africa is starting her YouTube journey. I'm helping her out here and there with other people that's going to be helping her out. So she's from Rwanda originally. Her and Justin
Yeah.
are friends. Yeah, so this is great. Now, Justin, I want to go ahead and start off with the first question for you. And why is Rwanda called the land of a thousand hills?
That's the question that many people used to ask when they arrive here in Rwanda. They used to see how Rwanda is branded everywhere where they are saying Rwanda is the land of a thousand years. Now, it's not because the country has those thousand hills. It's just because the country is made of hills and mountains. Wherever you go from east to west, you will find you will be finding hills everywhere. Just if I can explain a little bit, it's just when you are in the eastern province, in eastern parts of Rwanda, you will start with uh, places which are not with many hills, but they are still there. Once you are going like in the area of Akagera National Park, you'll be just facing like small hills. But from east going to west, you'll just start to find like main hills and mountains until you arrive in the volcanoes area. And another thing is that Rwanda is situated on high altitude, if I can say. We are just on 4,005 kilometers. Sorry, 4,005 meters above the sea level. So that's why we used to say that the country is the land of thousand years. Calling it a land of thousand years is just a nickname. It's not anything else. Yeah.
Okay, well that's very interesting. Now, we're talking a little bit in the back, like how did that name actually come to be? Like, how did it originate? Could you please tell that story?
Uh, the origin of this name is not. I can say or I used to hear from others because there's no one who is sure about the origin of that name. Some used to say that it was in the time when the country was led by king. So by that time, the king needed to send some people to another place, and by that time, someone approached the king and told him, "We cannot see where you are sending us. So can you please tell us any other place to go?" And another person who was closer there, he told the king, "Can you see? This is a country of mountains and hills. That's why it is a land of thousand hills." That's the way people used to say about the origin of that name, but I'm not sure if it is the exact origin of the name.
Okay, whether if it's the exact origin or not, it's still a pretty interesting one. Um, I would like to say a shout out. Well, I'd like to give a shout out to Providence Dusenge for coming in, as well as Val 11, VAO 11. Thank you for being here. My next question for you is you've already told us the name of your business, which is Green Zest Travels. What are all the services that you offer in the company?
Thank you for the question. As I said in my introduction, Green Zest Travels is a tour company just with it's licensed here in Rwanda by RDB, Rwanda Development Board. So Green Zest is a tour company that helps tourists. So with many services we have, we all we do is to facilitate or to help uh, tourists who comes to Rwanda and in the rest of East African region, as I said. So some of our main services we have like booking hotels for those tourists and looking for accommodation where they can stay once they are in Rwanda. Another thing is that we used to take tourists to different touristic destination here in Rwanda, mainly in Volcanoes National Park, where you can find gorillas, uh, currently which are not seen anywhere else. Mostly they are here in Rwanda. Many of them, if I can say so. So we used to take them to different parks here in Rwanda, like Volcanoes National Park. We also have Akagera National Park. We have also Nyungwe National Park, one of the biggest forests here in Rwanda. So another thing is that we used to do what we call car rental. Car rental. So once you come here in Rwanda and you need to have a self drive, we can give you a car that you can be using once you are here in Rwanda. Another thing is that not only tourists, we used to help those who come to for other purpose apart from tourism. Someone can come just in research. We used to have we used to have many people who came here in Rwanda with the purpose of research, academic research. So once they come here, we used to support them because we have professional guides who are able to support him or to help him to find what he is looking for. So once you feel like coming to Rwanda, make sure that you contact us because we are the real person. We are the real person who can help you to achieve what you come to do here in Rwanda. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so you heard that. Make sure that when you're in Rwanda, that you contact Green Zest Travels. The website again is in the description box. His website is under
Mm-hmm.
construction at the moment. It will be
Yeah.
up in a few days, so bookmark that website if you plan to go to Rwanda for anything,
And
business or
of course, all
pleasure.
I can add is that the country is about to open like airports. So from the 1st of August, the airports will be open. Airplanes are allowed to land in Rwanda. So just plan your trip, and come to Rwanda whenever you wish. We are here to help you. So Rwanda is good. Rwanda is better for you, and is waiting for you.
That's great news. So you heard that, everybody. Rwanda is opening up for business very soon, a little over a month. So go ahead and get your itineraries ready. So my next question for you is: tell everyone who is listening, why should I visit Rwanda?
Uh, Many people used to ask such question. Why should I visit Rwanda? Rwanda is a good country. Is a good country, as I said. It is the best country. if you can see different rankings here in uh, on African countries, you will see that Rwanda is topping up. Is topping up those countries. Like, if you can say what many people used to say about Rwanda is the cleanest country in Africa, and I no longer say that it is the cleanest country in Africa, but in the whole world, because the country is really really clean. If you are just doubting about what I'm saying, you will need to come and experience how the country is clean. Not only Kigali. I used to say this. Not only Kigali, the whole country is really clean. That's the first thing, because the country is really organized. No corruption. No one will ask you to pay anything just to get a service. What you will be doing, it will be legally allowed. So no one will ask you for any type of corruption so that he can provide a service to you. That's a good fact that can make you come to visit Rwanda. Another thing is that the country is secure. Is secure, if I can say, in terms of security. There's a time when one YouTuber came in Rwanda. He's called Wadumaya, and he left his bag in the middle of people, where people were moving around. Too many people. It was in the city center, and then no one has touched it. No one has touched it. You can go and testify that on his YouTube channel. He has a video showing like social experiment in Rwanda, where he left his bag in a bus station. Bus station, yeah, I remember, because we were together. So no one has touched it. So once you are in Rwanda, you are secure. You can even carry 200 millions on your head. No one will touch you, because the country is safe, and people of Rwanda are really, really friendly. If you lose anything, they will just assist you and help you to get it back. So once you feel like you want to come to Rwanda, I would like to let you know that you are making a good choice, because Rwanda is a good country and is the best one. Another thing that I have to add is that we have good leadership. We have good leadership. Our government is the best in the world, if I can say so, because we have our beloved President Paul Kagame, one of the best leaders in this world, and that's all I can say. That's all I can say. Once you feel like you want to come to Rwanda, I would encourage you. I would encourage you and tell you, please do it quickly. Come to Rwanda. We are ready. We are ready to host you. We are ready to give you whatever you want to make your trip a memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you for that, and you're welcome. Now,
And
next
and and I'm looking forward to see you here in Kigali. You always say that you will come, but I'm still waiting for you.
Yeah, well, I was planning to come this year, but you know how Rona kind of messed that up. Couldn't even go back to
Yeah,
Kenya,
sure.
so we're looking at next year. We'll see what happens. I wanna
No
stop by
problem.
there at least for a day or two, and then head back
Mm,
to Nairobi. Now,
you're most welcome.
I did see that video on Wodamaya's channel with the social experiment. So everybody definitely go over to Wodamaya's and check out that particular video. Just check out everything Rwanda and his very first videos. Now, since we're on the subject of Wodamaya, let everyone know what you did for Wodamaya on his first trip to Rwanda.
Yeah, Maya came to Rwanda. I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. So he came to Rwanda, uh, and he contacted me through you. I can remember it. He contacted me, and I think it's you who gave him my contact. So by the time when he was here, I tried to do everything. I tried to do everything to help him, to show him around. Of course, he had an idea about Rwanda, but by the time when he arrived in Rwanda, he found the different country in the whole Africa compared to where he has been. So what I did helped him. What I did help him is that he hadn't an idea about what to do in Rwanda, about where to go in Rwanda. So he was wondering, what am I going to do? I thought he was supposed to spend 3 days in Rwanda, but based on the way I showed him around, taking him around and giving also like story ideas, if I can say so, giving him story ideas about what he can do just to make his video going viral. So I tried to help him, and I was his cameraman for the first time when he came to Rwanda. So I was there to support him, to help him, because I saw him as a brother to me. And by the time when he came on second round, I found him just arrived in Kigali. He didn't tell me, and maybe it was his own plan, but I don't care about it. So what I can say is that I helped him and taking him around and showing him around and giving him ideas about what he can do so that his video can be the best in describing the country. So that's all. And another thing is that I was his cameraman for the first time when he came to Rwanda. And I think you remember the video he did saying why is Kigali the cleanest city in Africa. By the time when he was sitting in the gutter eating, oh,
Yeah, I remember that.
it was really crazy. Everyone was watching him, and people were shouting, "Oh, what about this guy? What is he doing here in the gutter with the food, with the plate with food?" Everyone was surprised, but would admire after publishing the video. The video went viral. I think currently it
Right.
has more than 1 million views.
Over 1.3 million views. And actually,
Yeah,
the first trip he made to Rwanda are actually his best Rwandan videos.
yeah, sure. If you can see, maybe for his second round, maybe he didn't get good good guides, if I can say so, because if you can see the video he did, were just those. They are normal. They are normal. They are not those video that can hook many people, that can attract many people to come and watch, because what he did was like the same as he did by the first time when he came. Yeah.
Yeah, he just had a live stream not too long ago. He's talking about coming back to Rwanda again. That I
For
think
the
that's
third
his most,
time.
yeah, his most visited. Well, it'd be his fourth time because remember he had to come back to Rwanda right away. I think it was from
From
Uganda.
Uganda.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So he's talking about it, and I think he feels
Hmm.
his mission is incomplete. But I can tell he really fell in love with Rwanda, and everybody's pretty much saying it that I'm seeing all across the board is that the
Hmm.
governments of Africa need to model after Rwanda and what Rwanda is doing right. And I have to
Yeah.
agree with that. Is it
Sure.
perfect? No, but the way things are going, I have to say it's being done right, and it's being done better.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So next question for you is, when entering Rwanda, is there a visa on arrival, or do you have to apply for it online, or can you do both?
Yeah, you can do both. You can do both. And what I can add also is that currently Rwanda uh, has just made everything easy. Has made everything easy. And for those who are in Commonwealth countries, I think they no longer need to pay for the visa. They can come in Rwanda freely without asking for a visa. If I can remember well, I'm not sure, but what I can say is that the government has just has given free visa to some countries, and too many. There are too many, if I can say so. So
Hmm.
if you come to Rwanda, you can get a visa on arrival, or you can also uh, ask for it before you come. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, and what's the cost of a visa if you do have to pay?
Uh, if you come, you will need to pay. I think it's $60.
60
$60.
US.
Yes, $60. If I if I remember well, it's around $60 or 100 between those two. So
Okay.
you will need to pay those.
Okay, so for those, I guess you could say, unfortunately, have to pay for a visa. I wouldn't worry about it. It's going to be worth it. That's one way that countries can, gain a little bit of money. And I pay to go back home because I'm not full citizen yet in Kenya. I pay $50, so I'm not complaining. Now, my next question for you is, you know, is Rwanda one of the many countries where it is required to carry a yellow fever card?
Yeah, of course you have to carry it because the country also is. I think they have signed such agreement with other countries. So once you come to Rwanda, you will need to present your yellow fever. Yep.
And if you don't present
And
it,
for sorry,
okay,
excuse me a little bit. For the visa, the cost is $100, and that visa is for 90 days.
90 days. Okay, okay.
Yes.
90 days visitor's visa. Okay. Um, so I just kind of lost my train of thought there on the yellow fever card. Um,
Okay.
so let's go ahead and go on to the next question. Since the pandemic, are there any changes when arriving at the Kigali International Airport or crossing the border by vehicle?
Currently, when you arrive in Kigali at the airport or crossing from the border, uh, currently we are just allowing people of Rwanda who come back to the country. So once you are a foreigner, it's not allowed, as you know. So for those Rwandans who come back to the country, they are required to spend 7 days in quarantine. So after those 7 days, they are required to go home to join their families, but also spend they also 7 days just isolating themselves. So that's the case up to now. But as I've read in different newspapers, is that from at the airport, they have already installed a robot that will be helping in tracing those COVID cases.
So basically, when visitors start coming back to Rwanda, nothing's going to change other than checking temperature for the Rona.
Yeah, what they will be required to present is a COVID test that is made. Uh, I think it's 2 weeks before their travel. So I think that will be the main document they will be to carry on.
Okay, and the same thing if you decide to cross the border by vehicle, it's going to be the same type of setup at the checkpoint.
I think so.
Okay, okay. So I want to shout out a little bit more in the chat. We have Arena TL. No, you're not too late. Just about 28 minutes. Just kidding. You can always do the playback. It's going to be longer than that. So I'm going to read a little bit of the chat. So we've had a lot of activity between the Wonders of Africa, Sizzle's Diaries, Country of a Thousand Hills, and A Million Smiles. We have Sizzle's
Mhm.
Diaries saying, "You are doing
Yeah,
well, brother."
yeah.
Um,
I would
Go
like to
ahead.
thank her, Caesar's Diaries. She's just saying that she joined my channel. Thank you. I'll be joining yours back.
Okay, okay. And then Arena comes in and says, "Am I late? Was looking for a network. It's buffering here. It's not buffering over
Mm.
here, but if it's buffering there, then it's just the local network. So, but you're here now, so welcome, Arena. So, my next question for you, Justin. You know, when arriving in Kigali by air, do you recommend
Mm.
visitors to handle their forex exchange in the airport or to go somewhere else for a better rate?
Yeah, I think you can do that in the airport, or you can go outside the airport elsewhere in Kigali, because you will find forex bureaus wherever you go. Forex bureau are all over the city and the city center, and even in around 4 kilometers from the airport, you'll find another one. So it's easy. Whether you do it in the airport or outside the airport, I think the charge will be the same.
It will be the same. Okay.
Yeah.
It definitely varies a lot in Nairobi. Usually you get a bad deal in the airport. The last time I was there, it was the best deal. But usually I wait and go probably like a kilometer or two away from the airport and then exchange my money. So if it's the same
Mm-hmm.
rate, you heard it from him, everybody. It's the same rate. You could do it in the airport if you want the cash on you right away. Otherwise, wait until you get out and you could do the same thing. So my next question for you is in Kigali, you know, where can someone use the most reliable and fastest internet service, in your opinion?
Uh, every place, wherever you can go here in Kigali, mainly in urban areas, you will be getting like a 4G internet speed. So I don't think you will need to have specific destination where you can find that internet, because even carrying your SIM card can provide a 4G internet. So once your your phone can use a 4G internet, so it's no longer needed to go in any specific place, because 4G 4G internet, 4G infrastructures are set everywhere in the city.
Okay, that's good news. And it's all free?
Yeah. If you need a free internet, there is a place at Kigali City Hall. That's the main office of City of Kigali. So at that place, you will get a free internet, because they have put a very good garden over there at the Kigali City Hall. So once you are in that garden, you can access a free internet and with a high speed. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Arena TL is the Ugandan vlogger.
Also, sorry, I
Oh,
can add that in public transport, in those buses here in Kigali, once you are in that bus, you are you are allowed to use a free internet, and it will be a 4G one.
okay. That's very interesting, and that's
Yeah.
good, by the way. Now, Arena TL, like I was saying to you in the backstage, is she's the Ugandan vlogger who came and
Yeah.
filmed the Twin Lakes with Damaris. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Now she had some really fast internet. She was talking about in one of her vlogs at the was it the Kigali Convention Center?
Yeah, Kigali Convention Center.
What do you think about that internet over there? I mean, how good is that one for you?
Uh, Kigali Convention Center is one of, if I can say, iconic place in the country. So that's why whoever goes there, the country has made sure that whoever goes there will have excellent services. So that's why everything is set there, and once you arrive there, you will get that first internet. And another thing is that Kigali Convention Center has become like a touristic destination for many people. So if they went there and they can access that good internet, it's because the country has put in place everything that will be needed to everyone who will be there.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So my next question for you is: do you ever get tourists who sometimes do something that he or she should not be doing? And if so, what did they do? Like the no
Uh,
nos. Like when you're a tourist, tell us
mhm.
what they did and just tell us what not to do so we don't get in trouble.
Yeah, what I can say is that I can remember one day we went to Akagera Park, and a tourist has seen an elephant. The elephant was crossing the street, was crossing the street from one bush to another, and then the tourist was really amazed and he tried to get out just to take a picture. So
Really?
yeah, once an elephant can see you leaving the vehicle, it can charge you. But the tourist opened the door and get out. We shouted, "Hey, come on! You're putting yourself in trouble. Please come back, come back." And fortunately, we were with a tour guide from the park. He tried to tell him, please, it's not allowed because the animal can charge you. So that's the time I can remember uh, when a tourist was doing something which is not allowed. Another thing that I want to add to everyone who wants to come to Rwanda, just make sure you respect the rules and regulations of the country because, as I said, this is a country that is organized, really organized compared to other countries here in Africa. So it's good that you do what you are allowed to do. I used to see even by the time when Wademaya was here, there were some places where he went and he was like, I want to take a picture. I told him, please, this is not allowed. This place is not allowed for videos and pictures. Please leave it. You will find another place where you can find good view and uh, and take pictures. So that's what I can tell to even to YouTubers who used to come to Rwanda. Don't come feeling like I'm superior. I'm a tourist. I'm a YouTuber. Everyone knows me. Almost the whole continent knows me. So no one will touch me. No way. You are
You
still under rules of the country.
you
So
really have
try to
YouTubers?
respect.
You really have YouTubers coming there doing that?
I can remember it was the case for someone who was from France.
Hmm.
He was he was trying to take pictures everywhere he goes, even to the state house. I told him, please, it's not allowed. Once they find you, you will be punished. So, uh, fortunately, he understood and he let it go. So that's all I can say to everyone. Please make sure that you follow rules and regulations of the country. That will be helpful for you and for your mission. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. Everybody should be doing that no matter where they come from. And try to get to know all the rules of the land before you go there. If not possible, definitely ask the guide that is going to be taking you around what you can and cannot do while you're there. I think
Yeah.
that's a very important question to ask any guide because the guides are there to help you. They don't necessarily know the information that you know already. So go ahead and ask questions because that's the best thing you can do. We have the
Yeah.
Kumba guy just came in. Thank you for being here. Now, my next question for you, what are the top five tourist attractions in Rwanda?
Uh, top five tourist attractions, I can say national parks. Currently, we have four national parks. We have Akagera National Park, where you can find big five animals, mainly elephant, uh, buffalo, uh, can, lion, leopards, and rhino. So that's the biggest national park we have here in Rwanda. Another park is Volcanoes National Park. In Volcanoes National Park is where you find mountain gorillas. So once you are in Rwanda, make sure you go to Akagera, you go to Volcanoes National Park, and another destination is Nyungwe National Park. Nyungwe National Park is the biggest forest here in the country, and within the forest we have what we call canopy walkway. So you will have to travel more than 200 meters, if I can say, if I remember where, more than 200 meters, just moving on that canopy. Uh, Another place is Gishwati Mukura. Gishwati Mukura Forest. That's another forest. If I can say for Nyungwe National Park, apart from Canopy Walkway, we have there are also uh, chimpanzee and baboons. You'll be meeting them on the street, just crossing the street. They are really friendly.
Okay.
So
Are they friendly enough that you could just walk up to one and say, "Hi, my name's George"?
no way.
Oh,
If you
okay,
try
okay,
to get closer, they are just running away.
okay,
So apart from that, we have also Gishwati Mukura Forest. It has also baboons and chimpanzee, and those are the top. Those are the top four, and the fifth is, and it is the main one. Once you arrive in Rwanda, just make sure to go to Kigali Genocide Memorial Site,
okay,
because you need to go there because that's the first place where you can learn about the history of the country, about what happened in 1994. Because you all know what happened in 1994, the genocide against Tutsi. So you will need to go there and learn about what the government did to lead the country back in unity and reconciliation. So from the Kigali Memorial Site, that's where you will find the whole history of the country. So another place, I think the top five were those one. If
okay, okay.
as you asked,
Right. I got another
yeah.
question to follow up on that one, but I do like to say hello to Samuel and you're welcome to Kumba Guy. And the Kumba Guy, I'm going
Oh,
to be contacting you. I hope you're up for an interview within the like next 4 to 6 weeks because I've been watching your videos. I'd like to get you on here at some point. Now,
and
uh,
Samuel is my brother. Shout out to him, please.
he's from Zambia. He has some good bus videos that everybody should check out. Now, with the genocide memorial, Irina TL was down there, and she actually, had I think 2 vlogs about the memorial.
Mm.
And she mentioned in there, like you said, against the Tutsi, but she mentioned like when you go to Rwanda and you ask people, what's their tribe, they say we're Rwandan. Could you please give us the details of why Rwandans say they're Rwandan and they don't identify as a tribe when that question is asked?
The reason why we used to say once everyone asks us about which tribe or ethnic are you from. The reason why we used to say that we are all Rwandans is because we know what those tribes and ethnies have done to the country. You see, based on the issue of genocide against Tutsi, it was due to those tribes. So the country has decided to put people together and be united. So we no longer need to use those tribes just to describe or to reveal who we are. What we do is that we always say that we are Rwandans. No one is different from another. We are all the same. We are all united. So that's the reason why if you ask anyone from Kigali to any other place in the country, everyone will let you know that he is Rwandan.
Okay, okay, that's very different and very interesting. And her vlogs those 2 vlogs actually made me a bit more emotional because I get actually emotional when I'm going back and reading again or hearing somebody talk about that particular situation because it was a horrible situation. There's been situations that's happened like that across the world over hundreds of thousands of years, and it doesn't need to be repeated. Now, to
Yeah.
segue back to the previous question, outside of the top five, like most requested, outside of the top five, what are the tourist attractions, in your opinion, should be in the top five and why?
Uh, I can say, uh, apart from those top five, I can also add Lake Kivu. Lake Kivu is the biggest lake here in the country, and it's at the border to DRC, to Congo DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. So uh, once you go there to Lake Kivu, you can either go to Gisenyi or you go to Kibuye. Wherever you can go, you will be happy and you will be experience a good time there at the lake. Another destination is King's Palace. King's Palace in Nyanza in southern province. That's also another place where you can go and see how our kings, the kings of Rwanda, used to live. So that's the place where we find the home of the king. So that's the King Palace in Nyanza, southern province. So you can make sure you go there. Another is that for those who like religious tourism, you can go to another place in the southern province. It's called Kibeho. For those Catholics who need to know more about Catholic Church, we in that place of Kibeho is the place where three ladies were uh, have seen the Virgin Mary in a vision. So it was in a vision. I was there last 2 weeks, so I was just trying to know more about that, and it's a good place. And by the time when I was there, someone told me that there is one soccer player from Argentina who is called Kun Aguero. Kun Aguero was there, came to Rwanda just to go to Kibeho with prayer purpose. So he went there because he is one of Catholic from Catholic Church. So Kibeho also is a good place and a good destination for those who like religious tourism. So I think all those three, I said Lake Kivu, I say the King's Palace, I say the Kibeho. Yeah, they are the best, and I think they can be added in. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm thinking that I should have made this a top 10, but yeah, thank you for bringing those up because I never heard of those as well. Now, I want to say hello to Stella. Thank you for coming in. Now, Arena
Yeah.
says she went to Lake Kivu.
Lina, how was Lake Kivu?
So, Arena, you gotta answer that question. She said the water was very clean,
Yeah,
and
sure.
she went to, is that Ginsei?
Gisenyi.
Gisini. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's the place. Actually, at Gisenyi, that's the place where you find a beach, a big beach where you can spend enough time. Yeah.
And then she was at the Twin Lakes, like we are talking about before. Kind of expand on what the Twin Lakes like. Like, is it worth going there, in your opinion?
Twin Lakes is the best place, and it's just really closer to Volcanoes National Park where you find gorillas. So, what I can say to Twin Lakes is just two lakes which are, if I can say, one is feeding another. One is
Okay.
feeding another. So, we have Rera and Ruhondo. So, there are two lakes closer to the border to Uganda. So, maybe that's why Irina was there because it's closer to Uganda, and I was told that she's from Uganda. So, if you are at those lakes, you will be finding even more than lake. You will be finding even birds. They are there, but the special thing there is that you will have a good scenic view of that place, and those two lakes will be showing an amazing view. Even if you are taking pictures, if you are taking a video, you will be having a good scenic view. Yep.
Well, like I said, Damaris, like we're talking backstage, Damaris said beauty and beautiful like 15 times in 60 seconds. So,
It's really beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like Arena says, what? I missed the King's Palace. And she is saying Kibueo. Oh, I miss
Kibeho.
visiting it. Okay.
Yeah. for the
Okay.
category.
All right. All right. So my next question for you, and this is going to be an important one because I don't know even in today's times some people fear Rwanda because of what happened in 1994. So my question to you is, at this particular time, Kigali is very well known for its security, and it's been publicized quite a bit. But what
Mhm.
about the rest of the country? Is it the same level of security as Kigali?
Of course, the whole country, as I said, is really secure. Once you are in Kigali or outside Kigali, you will be getting full security. Uh, I'm not saying that we'll be giving you someone who will be in charge of your security, but the system, the system itself will be giving you security wherever you'll be going. So once you are in Rwanda, apart from police guys or those soldiers, you will be having people who will be taking care of you. People around the country outside Kigali are really friendly more than those in Kigali, if you can understand that. Those who are outside Kigali, they they really like foreigners. So once they know that you are a foreigner, they make sure to take care of you. If I can say, there's a time when I went in Western Province. It is in Rusizi. I went there. It's in a rural area, and by the time when I was there, just because of the fact that I'm from Kigali, even the leaders, the local leaders, were just asking, "Where is he?" Because I was on an island. Let me reveal that too. I was on an island in Lake Kivu, and I spent there one night. Even local leaders were just calling like hour to another, asking, "Hey, are you okay? Are you safe? Are you good?" So what I can say, I was Rwandan. I was their fellow Rwandan, but they try to make sure that I'm safe in the island. So just imagine if it's you who is a foreigner, you are not from Rwanda. They will try to make sure that everything you need is really in place, and you have total security. You have full security for everything you'll be doing. So I will say that apart from Kigali, even those other sides of the country are really secured. So don't be afraid to go around. Don't be afraid to leave Kigali. Once you feel like leaving Kigali, please go, go. You will be safe, and you will come back in Kigali. You will be going back home safely. No one will touch you. As I said, in Rwanda is only the place in Africa, if I can say so. Rwanda is the only place in Africa where you can carry even 200 millions on your head, and no one will touch you because the country is really secure.
Okay, well, you heard it from him. He's directly from Rwanda, and we've had a lot of YouTubers explain basically how secure that they felt, as well as
Mhm.
some interviews with college students from different African countries say the exact same thing. They want to move to Rwanda based on security, just based on that one
Yeah.
thing. Of course, there's other things, but that's like the leading answer as to why they would want to move there or even spend some time there. Now, there's all different types of tourism, and I think mainly what most people think is the family visiting somewhere, take pictures. If it's in
Mhm.
Africa, it's usually to either go to a beach setting, a nice, really nice hotel, and be stuck at a hotel. I don't know why some people do that, but they do. And then
Mhm.
we also have the wildlife safaris. But there's all different types of tourism, and a lot of tourism for a lot of different people would be like touring wine vineyards as well as coffee plantations and tea plantations. Now, my question for you is, do you ever get requests from visitors to tour the vast coffee and tea plantations that, and do the owners there on those plantations welcome visitors for those tours?
Uh, what I can say is that many of the tourists here in Rwanda who used to come to Rwanda, they are not really interested in going uh, to those places. Even though people from there are always waiting to receive them, to host them, to welcome them. So the thing is that tourists, many of tourists that we have received, they know like they are not interested to go there. So that's what I can say. I can tell even those tourists who wish to come to Rwanda. Remember, Rwanda has the best coffee. The coffee of Rwandan coffee, is among the best in the world. Even the tea is among the best in the world. So why not can you come and go and see to those big plantation of tea or of coffee, because it's really good. Once you go there, you'll be having a good scenic view, uh, mainly for tea. I can say when you are exiting Nyungwe Park to Rusizi, you will be just the, if I can say, the exit of the forest. It makes you enter area where in the area where they plant a lot of tea, a big compound where you find the tea plantation. So once you come, and many of tourists we used to take to Nyungwe, when we take them outside Nyungwe and see the tea plantation outside the forest, they are so amazed. So once the guide tells you, please, let's go to tea plantation, let's go to coffee plantation, just know that it's not for wasting your time, but to show you more about Rwanda. Because, as I said, we have Rwandan coffee is among the best in the world. Even the Rwandan tea also is the best in the world. So, please make sure you go or everywhere. Once the guide tells you we can go to this place, it's because he knows you will be really happy with that place.
I think you got a little competition. I can't remember. I think it's the coffee beans. I think Burundi is claiming they got the very, very best.
No way. They can. You can see. By last time, uh, on Alibaba, they sold more than one 1,000 kgs in just 3 minutes on Alibaba. It was for the first time. So can you imagine? That's the reason why the Rwandan coffee is really the best in the world, because selling something in just 3 minutes and you are selling more than 1 ton of coffee. It's so amazing. That's why that shows that the coffee is really the best. Yeah.
Arena says, I was interested in touring the plantation, but didn't know who to contact. Now you do.
Now you do. She does.
As
Now she can call me.
as a matter of fact, that just gave me an idea. For your
Mhm.
website, like you have before you put it into maintenance. Now you had different types of tours in there.
Mhm.
It might not be such a bad idea if you added to that list coffee and tea tours
Sure. We have to
because
add it.
like I said, there's different types of tourism, and some people they only travel to different countries specifically for those types of tours. And then, of course, I
Sure.
don't know if wine is if they grow grapes there for wines or anything like that. There's wine tours too. If that is there, that's something else that you can also offer. You can also talk to the
Mm.
plantation owners and strike a deal with them. If we get a X amount of tourists, because I could tell you right now, the wine vineyards in Northern California are very popular. They're world renowned, and they have specifically stages where they set up for tourists to come in, not just to do the wine tasting, but also to talk about the history and what it takes to grow these grapes and stuff like that for the wine vineyards,
Yeah.
and all
Sure.
that stuff. It's a whole
We'll be
science for
adding
tourists.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be adding them in our packages.
Okay. Okay. So let's see
Okay.
here. So Arena said that I bought the tea from my mom at 2,000 francs and it was great.
Yeah, sure. It's not
Okay.
expensive.
Okay, she's got a question. How much is visiting, was it Niuengwe?
Yeah, Nyungwe. Once
Niuengwe.
you are going to Nyungwe, all you need is just to make a booking, but it's not really expensive. If you need to do like a canopy walkway, it will be costing you around $30. $30 just to make that trip on canopy. So traveling inside Nyungwe is free of charge. Traveling, but you are not allowed to take pictures currently uh, inside the park or on the street. So if you wish to take more of the pictures, you will be asking the permission from RTB so that they can give you someone who guides you. So we are here to guide you, but once it comes to video taking or shooting, so you will be needing to get a permission. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Sizzle's Diaries has to leave. Thank you very much. Sizzle's Diaries' sister is having a live stream, I think, going on right now, or maybe a
Oh,
little later. It's Homies and Lifters. She got monetized, I think, about 1 or 2 weeks ago. So congrats to her. I will be there later,
oh,
Sizzles.
really?
So yeah, yeah, she got monetized.
I'm
Um,
coming too.
African Wolf King is in the building. Thank you for being here. African Wolf King, Justin, is one of your brothers in Tanzania who's also a tour guide and has his own business. He does the mountain tours up
Oh,
on Kilimanjaro.
oh, is he here in Tanzania?
Yes, he is.
No, but next
So,
time when I go there, I'll try
yeah.
to contact him, and I think in September I'll be there in Tanzania if
Okay.
nothing
So,
changes.
African Wolf King, and you too. I think y'all should like network with one another with these tourists. Are going to say, okay, my next stop is Tanzania. My next stop is Rwanda, and you can say I already know somebody there, and then connect the dots. Um, that's the way to network. Now, I got another question for you.
Okay.
Now, I know it rains a lot, so when is Rwanda's rainy and dry seasons?
Uh, for rainy and dry seasons here in Rwanda, I can say that just from March to May, we used to have like a rainy season. That's a long rainy season from March to May. So since mid-May up to September, we have a long dry season. So that's the main seasons we used to have in Rwanda. But from June to, yeah, that's what I was saying. Mid May. Yeah, mid May to September. That's the long dry season. And if I can say, the best time to visit the country is just to come uh, around mid-May to September, because that's the time when the country is dry and no more heavy rains in that time. So other times are almost the same. We have various rain and sun. So I think I can say that the main seasons, as I said, is March to May, where we have a long rainy season, and from mid-May to September, we have what we call long dry season, and I can say it's the summer time of the country.
Okay, great, great. So, now pertaining to the same question, we'll segue into this next one. For some attractions, depending on the attraction, for some attractions, would there be any advantage to come during the rainy season? And if so, where and why?
So as I said, the country is made of hills and mountains. So that means that once you are in the country during rainy season, you will struggle in the streets for some streets in rural areas. For some streets in rural areas, if I can remember, the wonders of Africa can also remember that time when we went in Gishumbi. It was in 2017, if I remember. So really, the streets are not really good during rainy season. So what I can say is that the best time for all attractions here in Rwanda is to come during dry season, because uh, You can see those places, every places, even in Akagera, if I can say Akagera Park and in Volcanoes Park, all those places are made of those small streets, and sometimes you can get stuck because of rain. So it's better to visit the country during that dry season. Yep.
Okay, very good information. Getting a lot out of this. A lot of these questions nobody's asking, so that's why I'm asking them. So now the net.
But what I can also add, I'm seeing Arena Tier is saying in March the country is in rainy season. Remember, currently the whole world is facing the issue of climate change. So you cannot get surprised once you see that it's raining and it's in March, because uh, think that just climate is changing in some way that we are not expecting. So once you find the rain is raining, when once you find it's raining anytime, please don't get surprised. It is due to the fact that we are facing a problem of climate change. That's why I will call on everybody to to do what it takes to protect our environment, so that we can just fight that climate change, if I can say so.
Okay, so we do have a question from the African Wolf King. He's asking you. You can see it on the screen.
Uh, African Walking is saying, what is the best national park for seeing the gorilla? We have only one park where you can find gorillas. That's Volcanoes National Park. So that's the only place where you can find gorillas in Rwanda.
All right, the Kumba guy says he's just making a statement. This has been an interesting discussion, especially since I love tourism. Got to go now, though. Hope to finish this interview later. Okay, thank you for coming in.
Thank
Definitely
you,
do that.
Kumba guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's another person that you want to hook up with from Zambia. Okay, so my next question for you is, and this is concerning the rules, you know, and this
Mhm.
particular question is not necessarily somebody trying to break the rules. It's somebody not knowing the rules. So, like concerning plastic bags, I know it's illegal in Rwanda, and some tourists who do not know using plastic bags, carrying cosmetics or maybe medication, could that
Mhm.
person still get in trouble with the authorities?
No way. He cannot get in trouble, because once they find you with such plastic bags or products, what they do is to tell you that it's not allowed. So better you take your package and take it in another bag which is not plastic, a plastic one. So no one will put you in trouble, but they will try to teach you and to explain, to give you explanation about why they are not allowing those plastic bags. So fear, don't be afraid of such a situation, because uh, you will not get in trouble. Just people, authorities will be explaining to you, and they will be helping you to find another alternative.
Well, that's good. That's reassuring because the last thing somebody wants is to not know a rule and then they find out they have some type of contraband that's not allowed and then they're in trouble for it and maybe they didn't find the literature anywhere online talking about it.
Mhm.
So that's good that they do that. It at least gives them a fair chance to change the bags. Now they give you the bags or do you pay for a bag that's made of a different material?
Yeah, they can help you to find bags, like paper bags or others which are friendly to environment.
Okay, so everybody, if you got that favorite plastic bag that you love to travel with, and it's got maybe a theme park logo, you bought that bag specifically, and it's plastic, just leave it at home if you go to Rwanda, so that way you don't lose it.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, all right. So my next question for you is, I think you already kind of answered this question, but let's be very specific about the answer to this question. There are a
Mhm.
few wildlife reserves for a safari in Rwanda. Which one has the big five?
The one that has a big five is Akagera National Park. Akagera National Park is the only park that has big five.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Now, the next question is Rwanda gorilla treks. I heard and I've also read that those are very expensive. About, like, I don't want to say the prices, 'cause I'm sure they vary, but they're very expensive. Why such a high
Mhm.
price for those particular tours?
So the price is $1,500. Yeah, for foreigners, because currently uh, the government has decided to reduce the cost for Rwandans and those who are uh, residents in Rwanda. So foreign residents here in Rwanda, they are also they have done so what I can call reduction. So for Rwandans currently, they are required to pay $200 just to go to see gorillas, and for those foreign residents, they are they are required to pay 500. So you see what the country is doing is just to encourage those people inside the country to try and go and visit gorillas. So the reason why the cost is somehow expensive is because gorillas are one of the animals which are in danger in this world,
Yes.
because mountain gorillas are only found here in Rwanda, mountain gorillas. So the country is trying to make sure that not many people are coming to visit the gorillas, just because once they come at a huge number, uh, sometimes you never know, they can they can what I can say, how can I say this? They can make them afraid, and or they can cause some dangers to those gorillas. And another thing is that Rwanda is really committed to conservation. So whatever they do is just to help in taking care of those gorillas. So once they put such price, 1,500 dollars, is that because they just need to have enough funds to take care of those gorillas, because if you don't know, or if you never know, gorillas have those in charge of taking care of them. Once some has got some illness, so there is a doctor who is in charge of taking their care of them. So I think that's the main reason why they set such a high price. But to everyone who wish to come, please make sure you come, because on the side of Rwanda, I can also add this: you will be
Okay.
secure. You will be secure because no one will be doing some bad or some forgeries to take you to the gorillas. So once you use the side of Rwanda, you'll be having a good experience, because with tour guides. And remember, another thing is that every year we have what we call naming ceremony, gorilla naming ceremonies. So we the country has tried to put those gorillas in families. So once you come to Rwanda, by the time when you are booking to visit them, they give you like a name of the family which you will be visiting. So everything is well organized. So to visit gorillas once on Rwandan side will be really helpful for you, and you will be just supporting the initiative of taking care of those mountain gorillas. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a couple questions in the chat. African Wolf King, you got the question right there on the screen.
Mm-hmm. What is the best tour package a majority of tourists suggested? Most of tourists used to ask for a Kagera. I don't know why, Maybe it's because Akagera has a big five, has those big five. So I think that's the main reason. To Erina Tier, who is saying, what does big five mean? Uh, once a park is called a big five, is because it has those big five animals which are dangerous. Let me add that. Uh, we can say elephant, buffalo, rhino, lion, and leopards. So once the park has all those five animals, it's called Big Five.
I think one of them is
Uh,
also the giraffe, just because it's the tallest of the animals. Yeah. You have giraffes there too, right?
Sorry?
You have giraffes in those parks too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. So let's see here. So there's her next question.
Who Erina Tier also is asking. So wonders, the big five attractions are in Akagera. Of course, those big five animals are in Akagera. You'll be find them in that park.
Okay, so a few years back, I don't remember exactly when. I remember reading that the lions in Rwanda were killed or basically starved, one of the two, due to the conflict back in '94. Now, there were five of them that was reintroduced into Rwanda at that particular park through
Mm.
South Africa through a program. Now, if people were to go there, I don't know if you know the
Mm.
answer to this question, but if people were to go to that park and they wanted to actually see the lions because they saw everything else, is it fairly easy for those lions to be found in that park on any particular tour?
You see, Akagera Park is a park we used to say that is flora and savanna. So once you go there, uh, mainly, basically in day tour, we used to call it a day game drive. So even by the time when we'll be reaching to the park, they will be telling you, please, we are going to do what we call day game drive. That's what the guide will be telling you. Day game drive means that you are moving around in the bush. So no idea of where animals are to be found. So you are moving around. It's a day game drive. So what you'll be doing in that game drive is that you are moving in the streets. So once someone sees an animal, can tell the driver, please stop. I've seen a snake. Maybe you can take pictures. No one is allowed to get out in the park. So you can move again. Once you find like an elephant, hey, come on, stop, driver, stop. I can see an elephant in the bush. So that's the main idea. So you don't have any idea about where you will be find an animal. Maybe you are lucky, you meet a lion, you meet a rhino, you meet a buffaloes are found in some areas. There's a big area where you can find buffaloes. But for lions, leopards, rhino, I can say it's not easy to find them. Elephants can be found, even buffaloes, but for lion, leopards, and rhino, it's not really easy. So once you are in that game drive, maybe you'll be lucky and find them.
Okay, I got a unscripted question because talking all about this, it just got me to think that I've thought about this before, but I always forget to ask. Now,
Mm,
when you're on those game drives, and some of them are for a few hours,
mm.
when somebody needs to go use the bathroom, what do you do in that situation? You're in the bush, obviously you can't get out. There's dangerous animals. What do you do in that type of situation?
So you see, once traveling the park from south gates to north gates, uh, what will be required? First of all, we will be reaching to the reception. So to have a guide from the park who will be taking us around. So Another thing is from that reception you can use the bathroom before, but once you are in the bush, I think within 3 to 4 hours you can be reaching the place where you find also bathrooms. So no one is allowed to get out, as I said, and unless you reach that place. So that place is in 3 to 4 hours from the reception. Yeah.
Okay, great. This is all good information because I still have not taken a safari personally, in
Mm.
a wildlife park. But that's good to know. So next question to you is Kigali Genocide Memorial. Are there any other genocide memorials in the country, or is that the only one?
Oh no, in the whole country we have more memorial sites. Uh, Almost in every province. In every province we have a memorial site. I think there are too many. There are too many, more than 10.
More than 10. Okay.
Yeah.
And like for example, for the I guess the one in Kigali, that's the main one, is that correct?
Yeah, the main one is in that or is that of Kigali.
Okay, do you happen to know exactly what days and approximately what hours of operation for that one?
For that one in Kigali, uh, you will be you will need to go there. It's open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So from 8 to 5 p.m. you are allowed to go and visit there.
Okay, and is that 5 days, 6 days, or 7 days a week?
I think 6 days, 6 days a week.
Okay, and the day that it's closed, would that be a Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Okay, okay. Now, for the other nine in the country and the other provinces, do they have approximately the same schedule?
Sorry.
The other genocide memorials throughout the country, do they approximately have the same scheduling of when they're open?
Yeah, sure. It's the same.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. Now, to continue on with the Genocide Memorial, I heard that you cannot film inside the Kigali Genocide Memorial, but I also heard from another source that you can film inside, provided that you pay a fee. So can we get this information answered?
Yeah, for
Question,
taking
sorry.
pictures or filming inside the memorial site, of course, it's not allowed unless you have a permission from what we call CNRG. So CNRG is the institute in charge of those memorial sites. So you will be having to pay around $40, if I remember, $40 or 20. So that's the way it is from even in Kigali or outside Kigali. At every memorial site where you want to go and you need to take pictures and videos, you will be required to pay. Yeah.
Okay, so as long as you pay, they'll allow anybody to do that.
Yeah, as long as you pay, uh, you just ask it before. You ask it before, I think it's 3 days before the time when you wish to do your shootings. So once you ask, they process your request. So if they see it's worth to be done, they let you do it.
Okay, so this you heard that everybody. You got to plan in advance. You got to plan in advance if you want to go ahead and vlog or whatever inside the memorial. Um,
And
okay, we got
another
some.
thing for vloggers, have to add this. Once you are inside the memorial site, you will be finding like some announcements telling you that you keep silent. So please, I'm not sure. I don't think inside the memorial site is a place of vlogging. So it's better you go and take pictures. If you want to vlog, you get out and tell people about what you have seen and add your image. That's what I can say.
So go ahead and narrate later.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So we also have a famous Nine Lives rapper. Thank you for being in. Let's see if we have any other questions in the chat. Irina has some great advice. First, ease yourself before going on a safari. That is. Um, she once went to Nairobi and she got to kiss a giraffe. So she's pretty excited about stuff like that. Okay. There is when someone is having a running stomach, you can't wait for another bathroom. I would say correct, and those people they should probably either take medicine or don't go on the trip.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
yeah. Okay. So let's see here.
Hmm.
Arena
So
said, "Oh
Irina
yeah,
is
go ahead."
saying that she was in Kibagabaga. So once you are in Kibagabaga, you are closer to my place. Please, next time once you come to Rwanda, please make sure if you arrive in Kibagabaga, please call me. I'll be giving you my number, and just let us meet.
Okay. Okay. So you heard it, Arena. She does. She did say she does plan to go back and do more touring of Rwanda. So that would be great. I think pretty much everything I'm seeing out of Rwanda is just like totally positive, and that's a
Yeah,
really good thing when you have random people coming in from pretty much any part of the world and they're given positive commentary when it comes to
yeah,
Rwanda. There's something that Rwanda is absolutely doing right. I think the only thing that I'm hearing negative is that you don't have, and I don't know, you can confirm this or not, that you don't have free speech. And that's mainly from news media. Is like they're complimenting the success of Rwanda, but then when it comes to that one particular thing, they pretty much say, well, it's not a great country after all. Can you kind of let us know, is do people have free expression there or do they not?
what I can say is this. I don't know why people used to say that people are don't have free expression rights. So I don't know what they mean. Currently, if you can see, the country has uh, more than 20 TV stations. 20, if I'm not mistaken. And apart from those which are officially allowed to work or to operate inside the country, we also have those people on YouTube. You will be finding more than 100 TVs, 100 TVs on YouTube, which are from Rwanda. They are all speaking in Kinyarwanda. So Rwanda didn't close YouTube, and many people used to say whatever they need on YouTube. So everyone in Rwanda is allowed to use YouTube. So another thing, I, I don't think that the country can do such thing, because having those media stations, I was telling you that we have more than 20 TV stations
Hmm.
here in Rwanda. We have more than 30 radio stations. We have online medias. Can you imagine? We have online medias which are more than 70. So all those are operating here in Rwanda and have been given all license and access to information. So everyone who wants to report about anything is allowed to do so, as long as uh, he's just following the rules and regulations of journalism here in Rwanda. Another thing for people, if Wodemai can come here in Rwanda and talk to anyone, no one is telling him, please, I don't want to talk to you. Maybe sometimes, for another case, people of Rwanda are somehow shy. Once they see a camera in front of him, they are not feeling comfortable. That's why sometimes they say they prefer not to talk to you, not because they fear that they can be punished, but because they feel shy. They feel shy to stand in front of camera or to talk to a journalist. So that's what I can say. No one has been denied his right for free expression. That's what I can say.
Okay, so Arena's got some interesting things to say. She said, but I noticed a negative thing, and oh, yes, I was going to say, and then on the screen there it says, there isn't much freedom when it comes to speech and expression. People don't talk current affairs like political conversations. Can you expound on that?
I can ask Irina if she could understand Kinyarwanda. I could give her like different radio shows where people are just interacting on political issues. So, can you imagine? People are commenting, people are calling on radio. Please, we no longer need such person. We no longer want that one because he's not doing it. He's not doing his duty in the right way. So, what I say is this: don't try to call to to feel like if someone is not really willing to talk to you about political issues, it's a matter of not having freedom of speech. What I can say is the same case. People of Rwanda, once they want to talk to you like eye to eye, they are so shy. They are so shy. And remember another thing: sometimes you can say something which can uh, which can hurt your neighbor. Maybe unwillingly, you didn't want to hurt him, but because of what you said to a journalist or to a vlogger, she can feel or he can feel, why did you say so? So we always do such thing to avoid anything that can bring us back in what I can call separation. So we try to follow rules and regulations of the country, and I think no one is unhappy. Is unhappy? No way. We are all happy living in our country, and I think we are free to express ourselves. No one has been denied his right of freedom of speech. Yeah.
Okay, okay. She ends it off with, oh, she didn't end it off. She just said something else. But on an individual level, besides media, there isn't much freedom. Then she just said, me, I was trying to start a political conversation on different occasion, but I was stopped by my Rwandese brothers, and they told me it's not good to talk such in Rwanda, and I had to respect that.
Yeah, you have to respect it because that's the way we are living. It's not because we are shy or we are afraid of being punished, but because that's, let me say, that's our culture. We don't like to comment or to criticize political or to make criticism on political issues. So once you feel like talking to someone about political issues, maybe if I'm your guide, if I'm your guide, I would also suggest so. Please, because let me say this, they are needless because we no longer need such conversation. Why do you want to ask someone, please tell me about your political view? Our political view is unity and reconciliation. So once you need us to criticize this one, to criticize this one, it's no longer the case. We are here to support each other. So when someone has done wrongly, we try to correct each other. So I don't think that uh, we still have that time to make political criticism. But if someone has done wrong, we can report him. Of course, we can report him, and the government can take measures against what he has done. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for all that, Justin. Now, Justin, is there anything you would like the audience to know that we did not already cover in the previous questions?
Uh, what I can add is just to call on everyone, please come and visit Rwanda. Come and visit Rwanda. Rwanda is good. And to YouTubers and vloggers, I would like to tell you this. Please, once you come to Rwanda, of course, it is a country that is organized. And once you feel to make your mission a successful one, please make sure you follow rules and regulations. because people of Rwanda know where they come from, where they came from. So they no longer wish to go back there. So once you come and you wish to bring us in those ethnic issues, I don't think your mission will be successful. Another thing is this: once you meet someone, once a guide tells you, please don't go this way, don't do this, please respect him. Follow what he's telling you because he's the one who knows where you can you can do things which cannot lead you in punishment or cannot lead you in danger. So that's what I can say. Another thing is this: to all vloggers in Africa, let's let's do this. We are always vlogging, we are always shooting videos, trying to live to show Africa, to trying to do positive stories about Africa. But this is the case. If you feel like you are in love with Africa, if you feel like you love your continent, and you're traveling from a country to another, and apart from showing those positive stories, and you are going to, let me say so, for prostitutes issues or deals, please leave that away. It's not good. Let's let's support Africa. Let's support each other, and make our continent more better, more good. We no longer need such people who come. Uh, Mainly, I used to hurt some YouTubers. By the time when I was with Wadmaya, some YouTubers used to send me email and telling me, we've heard in Rwanda there are beautiful girls. Please, can you book someone to me? Can you book someone for me? Can I come to Rwanda? Will you make sure to get a beautiful girl? Why?
I, I can
If
almost
you want to come, yes, come
I
on.
can almost guarantee you that a lot of those that are making that kind of request are quite a few of the Americans that are doing that.
Mhm.
But go ahead and
So
continue. Sorry to interrupt.
that's what I want to say. If you want to come and do positive stories about Africa, please let's do that. I think we want to brand our continent. I think we want to make our continent a best one. So once you are just going in an umbrella of reporting or of reporting positive stories, and behind camera you are doing such things which are not really good, I can say it's a bullshit. Please leave that away. Once you come to Rwanda, once you come to any place in Africa, let's make sure you go and do your mission apart from those types of prostitutes. I know there are some Africans who are in America, who are in Europe, and all their target is to come to Africa just with a purpose to find beautiful girls, to find girls to spend the night with. So that's not really the good way of African vloggers. Let's African vloggers support our continent and support each other. If you want to come and do a positive story and try to make our continent shine. Thank you.
And you're welcome. Thank you very much because sometimes I feel like I'm the only person that's saying what you just said, and it needs to be said. The whole thing about This is Africa and the reason why I even brought this channel is one, to promote other African content creators, and two, the main reason is to show the positivity, not the negativity of Africa. And for example, I covered a little bit of a protest here in the city that I'm at about the Oromos being persecuted in Ethiopia. Now, some people might look at that and say that, well, that's not really something positive of Africa. No, the positive thing about it is the people here where I'm at right now and all over the world from that particular ethnic group, is making a stand against the persecution of the people in Ethiopia. So that is something positive about Africa. And
Mm,
what you just said really hits home because a lot of these African YouTubers that are doing what you're saying, I have noticed that they are living in the UK, they are living in the US. Very few that are living in Africa are actually doing anything like that, and that's really disappointing.
yeah.
And sometimes you'll find some of these same people that we're talking about in conversations on panels, whether they're using
Hmm.
StreamYard or not, saying, "Well, we should stop this from happening in Africa from foreigners and this and that," but yet you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
You're doing the exact same thing. You're telling other people to stop.
Yeah, sure. I have to tell them to stop such things because, of course, as Irina said, it's nonsense. It's nonsense because we have to support our continent. We have to make it more bright. So I don't think people who have such mindset are still wishing to come to Africa because they are not in love with the continent, but they come to destroy it. That's what I can say. So once I have a tourist, I have to remind him about that. Yeah,
And I just want to say this, and I'm not mentioning anybody's name or anything like that, but there is one particular person who's doing a lot of damage, who's not African, by the way, who is an American in a particular African country, stuck there because of COVID at this point in time, doing everything and extra what Justin just said. And these are people we
mm,
don't need. Speranza K, thank you for coming in. She's a Kenyan vlogger. Everybody check out her channel, Speranza K with the dot. She'll be doing a presentation about the effects of college students and what the pandemic has done to the college students. So everybody who doesn't know Speranza K with the period, definitely check her out. Speranza K, again, thank you for coming in. Justin Kayiranga
mm,
just put in, you see his logo there, JKA Travels. That's his channel. Make sure everybody goes over there and subscribes to him. But again,
sure,
this particular person that I'm talking about is doesn't belong in Africa, has no interest for Africa. It doesn't actually try to help develop Africa. And these
yeah,
are the type of people we don't need in Africa. We don't need them speaking for Africa because, for one, if you do all that, I consider you not an African. Period.
sure.
Um, Now, again, we're about to wrap this up. Everybody, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. This is a great interview. There's a lot of questions here that, again, that nobody's asking about the tourism in any particular location. African Wolf King, I don't know if he's still here, but he was here asking some questions. He was the gentleman that I interviewed last week or the week before. I can't remember already. He's
Yeah, from
a
Tanzania.
right from Tanzania. He does the Kilimanjaro tours. Definitely check him out, African Wolf King, and
Okay.
and then I hopefully will be able. Yeah, he's still here. Thank you very much, African Wolf King, for showing up in the chat. I'm also
Thank
going to
you.
be interviewing soon. Hopefully, I'm just working things out. Empress Tay, who is from Zambia,
Okay.
and I'd like to get her on here as well. But we're going like I said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. One more time, Justin, let everybody know where they can find you.
Of course, you can find me on social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, of course. Wherever you'll be going, you'll be writing my names as it is written, Justin Kayiranga. Justin Kayiranga, that will be uh, the names which will be taking you to my social networks. So another is that, as I said in the introduction, I'm a tour operator. We have a tour company that is called Green Zest Travels. Green Zest Travels. I can repeat, Green Zest Travels. So that's a tour company here in Rwanda. So you will be having to check it out so that we can help you because it's a tour company. We can help you in different services related to tourism and research. So feel free to contact us. We have a website. Currently, it's under maintenance, but uh, soon it will come back on air online. Sorry. Another thing is that I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. Currently, I'm a news reporter on topafricannews.com. Topafricannews.com. That's where you can find accurate news about Rwanda and the rest of Africa, because we cover the whole Africa. So once you go to Top African News, you will be finding my stories. You will be finding me. You will be finding everything, every story about Africa. And remember, we are doing positive stories even on Top African News. So feel free to find me wherever on those platforms, and I'm sure we'll get in touch. We'll keep in touch, and let me remind you, let's put our hands together and raise our continent and put our continent on top and make our continent better. Thank you.
Much appreciated commentary from Justin Kayiranga. Again, thank you everybody for coming in. We're going to wrap this up. Again, today is Saturday, 18 July 2020. And on that note, we are out.